When a family history is defined by what's missing, you have to organize the gaps. You start with the names, the dates, and the physical coordinates where the stories stop. For Oli's family, the North Atlantic behaves like a predator with a specific mathematical appetite. Over generations, the water has dictated the local population through a series of sudden, forced subtractions. This is Vestmannaeyjar. It's an archipelago off the southern coast of Iceland, where a small fishing community lives between active volcanoes and some of the most volatile seas on the planet. Here, survival is a physical negotiation. Growing up here, the men generally face a choice between three distinct trajectories. You can go to sea, you can join the tech sector, or you can find yourself on a path you were never supposed to take. In this environment, the ledger starts at 0 every morning. Every time a vessel clears the harbor wall, it represents a gamble against a family bloodline that has already paid a heavy price to the water. The first major entry in this family's history of loss happened in February 1973. During a winter storm, a fishing boat called the Sjóstjarnan disappeared. Oli's grandfather, Guðmundur Jan Magnusson, was on board. He vanished along with every other member of the crew, leaving no survivors to explain what happened in the swell. The arithmetic of that night was brutal. 10 men were lost to the sea. Their absence immediately left 21 children without fathers, a statistic that rippled across both Iceland and the Faroe Islands. It triggered one of the largest maritime searches the country had ever seen. While the physical search eventually concluded, the event left a permanent scar on the survivors remaining on the islands. This is the reality of subtractive math. The ocean takes its cut from the family tree before the next generation has even had a chance to begin. While the statistics are usually absolute, the 1984 sinking of the vessel Hellisei provided a rare anomaly. A crewman named Guðlaugur managed the impossible. He swam for hours through freezing, sub-zero water to reach the shore, a feat of endurance that defied every known survival metric for the human body. Oli's father, Magnus Orn, was supposed to be on that boat. He was only spared because his wife, Christine Ani, refused to let him go to the docks that day, effectively pulling him out of the statistical line of fire. But the miracle didn't change the daily requirements of life on the island. After his ordeal, Guðlaugur simply recovered and went back to work on another ship, the Berge. Even when the family wins a coin toss against the Atlantic, the prize isn't an exit. It is just more years of grueling, dangerous labor on the same water that tried to take them. To understand how the family actually survives these losses, you have to look away from the ships and toward the people waiting on the shore. Amma Anna's life provides a clear window into that resilience. Over her lifetime, tragedy and the sea claimed 2 of her husbands, 2 of her sons, and 4 of her 5 siblings. Her response was a form of stoic labor. She knitted, she cooked, and she held the family together through a silence that absorbed the shocks of the maritime reports. These women are the constants. They are the ones who manage the grief and ensure the bloodline continues after the sea tries to erase it. There is one woman in the family whose life represents the ultimate triumph of additive math over the sea's subtractions. Amma Didi is 93 years old. In that time, she has produced exactly 93 descendants. It is a perfect 1-to-1 ratio, 1 new life for every year she has lived. When you map her 93 descendants against the losses pinned on the other side of the family history, the growth finally outpaces the subtractions. But survival still carries a cost. Amma Didi's memories are being lost to dementia, echoing the same struggle with Alzheimer's that took Oli's father, Magnus Ern. Today, Aunt Sophia continues the family tradition of stoic care, working at the nursing home where those memories are fading. The labor hasn't stopped. It has simply moved from the docks to the bedside. The conclusion of the family's math is clear. The only way to beat the ocean is to create life faster than the water can take it, even if you eventually forget that you won the race. For Oli, looking at the generations of shipwrecks and the toll of memory loss, the IT industry offered more than just a job. It was the only harbor where the numbers finally made sense.